Have you ever been working with fasteners in your lab and been overwhelmed by the variety of tools available to you? Well, today we're going to cover everything you need to know when it comes to ratchets, sockets, and all of the accessories, so next time you're ready to do that fix with confidence. Let's get to it. The socket wrench is really a generic term for a ratchet and a socket that are put together often, and it's a really handy tool for tightening or loosening fasteners in a fast way because it's a ratcheting action, and it lets you work in pretty confined spaces, really. So you've got first the ratchet. This is the part that holds different sockets and provides the actual turning motion and ratcheting action. Then you have the socket. We'll talk more about both of these components in a little bit. They go together and then can go onto a fastener and give you that nice, quick tightening or loosening of the fastener. So this is an essential tool for any mechanic shop, lab, or really even a home toolkit. The first big thing we need to understand about sockets and ratchets is drive size. So drive size refers to the size of the square part on the end of, in this case, the ratchet wrench, where the socket connects. So these are standard around the world using the imperial measurement. Sometimes they're referred to by their metric equivalent, but it's all the same size and it's all based on the imperial system, believe it or not. So there's the 1/2 inch drive, there's the 3/8 inch drive, and there's the 1/4 inch drive. Now there are bigger sizes. You can get up into 3/4 and 1 inch and even larger drives, but these are the ones that you're going to find at the hardware store, and they're going to take care of pretty much all of your needs in the lab. Here I've got a set of sockets, and in this column of sockets, these are 1/4 inch drive. So if I look on the back, they've got 1/4 inch squares on them. And you'll notice that they stop, in this case for this set, at about 9/16 of an inch. In here, I've got 3/8 inch drive sockets. They go up quite a bit bigger, and the hole on the back of them is a 3/8 square. Now, the reason this is because the 1/4 inch drive just can't handle as much torque. It's a lot less metal there. So we generally use the smaller drives for smaller sockets, smaller fasteners, things that are more delicate and might be even harder to get to. So what drive you choose really depends on how much torque is going to go on that fastener, and the sockets that you can buy for that drive size are pretty well tuned to that. Now, though the drives for sockets are all measured in imperial units, the sockets themselves come in imperial and metric. So this is an SAE socket set. In other words, it's fractional inches, whereas this set is metric, and it is in millimeters. Both of these sets have 1/4 and 3/8 drive in them, and there are 1/2 inch drive available as well, though not in this particular set. So you really want to make sure that you're using the right socket for the fastener. If you've got a fastener off a piece of equipment that was manufactured in the US, it's probably an imperial fastener. If it was manufactured in Europe, it's most likely metric. But it's really important that you make sure it's the right size, because if it's the wrong size, even slightly, the edges of the fastener can get rounded off, making it even more difficult to remove, especially if it's a hard fastener. Now, when it comes to sockets, there's really only a few types to worry about. There's the standard socket. This is a relatively short socket that makes it easy to get in most places where you may or may not have a lot of room. And it works great on things like bolt heads or nuts and lets you tighten those. But where this socket falls down sometimes is if there's a lot of thread sticking out after the fastener. I can't get the fastener down far enough into the socket. That's where deep sockets come in. Deep sockets are just like standard sockets, except they're taller, and let us get that fastener all the way down in there. There's also a socket that you may see, or even accessories, that are black, like this socket over here. These are hardened sockets that are for use in impact wrenches. So you don't need these for work just with a hand socket wrench. They're made out of much thicker material, and the material's hard, so it can stand up from the hammering on an impact gun. These are typically used when things really don't want to come loose, or when using the impact gun for quick removal of fasteners, like, say, changing a tire on your car. There are also some specialty sockets, or sockets for types of fasteners other than hex nuts, like this socket here. This is a hex or Allen key style fastener. So I can take a socket head cap screw and loosen or tighten it. There are lots of others out there, but these are the basic types of sockets that you'll encounter. Really, the only ones that you need to worry about having are standard sockets, maybe a set of deep sockets, and if you do a lot of work with hex fasteners, then go ahead and pick up a set of these as well. So that's the basics of sockets. Now let's take a look at ratchets, because these are where you're putting your hand and you're actually putting that torque into the system. The ratchet wrench normally has a switch here on the back, and that switch lets you change the direction that the wrench is going, whether we're tightening or loosening the fastener. Now they're labeled lots of different ways. This one from Gear Wrench is labeled on and off, some are labeled left and right, and some just aren't labeled. Easiest way is click it, grab the socket or the drive, and see which way it's turning. In this case, it's turning my fastener to the right, so that means that I'm tightening it. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So sockets are held on to the ratchet by this spring-loaded ball that's sticking out of one side of the drive. There's a spring behind it that pushes it into a detent in the back of the socket. So I just press them together, and now my socket is installed. I can go use my wrench. Then I can pull it apart and change sockets. On some socket wrenches, there's a button back here that you need to press to release the socket. This one does not have it, and most of them that I've seen now don't. But every now and then you'll find one like that. When it comes to buying ratchets, there's a ton of options out there. And really it's whatever ratchet works for the job you're doing. Just a standard fixed head ratchet like this is a great choice for most jobs though. It's just a solid piece of metal and the ratcheting mechanism at the end. Now on this one, it says 90 T on the back, and that's 90 teeth. So for every revolution, there are 90 places that it can click. The more there are, the finer the arc swing, or how little you have to move it to get it to click, which means in very confined spaces, a higher tooth ratchet does a better job. You have to take less bites at it to tighten or loosen the fastener. Fine tooth ratchets generally are more expensive though, but there are other factors to consider like back drag and all that as well, depending on how picky you are about your tools. I highly suggest going and watching the Project Farm video where he reviews a ton of ratchets in very great depth if you're interested in getting the ideal ratchet. In addition to the normal fixed head ratchets, there are a few other varieties out there. The flex head ratchet, where the head is on a swivel here, can be really useful for getting around and into a hard to access spot. This is a 3/8 drive, and I've used this quite a bit. There's also stubby ratchets, where you can't get as much torque, but you don't have the space to get a full-length handle in there. This ratchet I found on Amazon actually, and it's toothless supposedly, but it has a very, very fine drive. And to reverse it, since there's no room for a switch, you just take the drive and pop it through to the other side. So you do have to change your socket around side to side, which is a little annoying, but this is a really nice ratchet. And then we get into the really odd ratchets. This ratchet is commonly used in aviation, so it's a fixed head, but I can hit this button, change that angle, lock it, and now I have a ratchet that can reach around some really weird corners. Or once I get my fastener loose, I can leave the button unlocked so that this head pivots and still get that fastener loose, even though I have very limited space to move my handle. Luckily, this was not very expensive, and when I need it, I need it. So it depends on how much you like having tools, but a standard fixed head ratchet, maybe a flex head ratchet, is all most people will need. There are also a variety of accessories that can be used with ratchets and sockets, but two of the most common are the extension and the universal. So what if the fastener is too far away? Once the socket is on the wrench and the fastener's back here and there's some piece of metal in the way, you can't get to it. Well, you can take it off, install an extension, and now you've greatly increased the reach of your tool. Now extensions come in long varieties, they come in short varieties, they come in some that are called wobble that give you a little bit more misalignment forgiveness, but overall their goal is to just extend the reach of the tool. Now that also brings us to the universal. The universal is a dual axis pivoting accessory that when you put it onto the ratchet and then put the socket on, lets you go into misaligned areas. So before flex head ratchets, these were essential. Now that we have flex head ratchets, I still occasionally reach for these, but they can be kind of a pain because as you maneuver the tool around, this can flop and get out of position and be kind of hard to deal with in general. So universals are often a last resort to be able to get to a fastener, but again, they're good to have in your toolkit. Another common accessory that you'll find in a lot of toolkits are adapters. So these let you change the drive size from one drive size to another. So in this case, this is a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch adapter. So I can take a 1/4 inch ratchet, click it on, and then take a socket that's 3/8 drive and click it on. And now I can use my 3/8 drive socket on my 1/4 inch ratchet. Is this a good idea? Well, remember, all that torque is going to be going through that little 1/4 inch drive. So there's a chance that we're going to damage our ratchet or even the adapter. But sometimes you have to do things like this to get into those tight places. Now, of course, adapters come in all directions. This is a 3/8 to 1/2 inch drive. And we've also got the other way, a 1/2 inch to a 3/8. Here, you don't have to worry so much about torquing off the end of your ratchet, but you may damage the adapter or your socket. So really, these are last resort when you don't have the tool you need or the tool you need just won't fit. When it comes to buying your tools, you can spend pretty much whatever you want. I do recommend buying a set though, so that you get the actual ratchet wrenches, the sockets, the accessories, all together at one time. Generally saves you quite a bit of money. Now you can go to Harbor Freight and buy their least expensive line, something like Pittsburgh. And if you're just an occasional user, a home user, you rarely have to work on things, they're fine. They will last, and they're not the best quality tool, but the price is right. Harbor Freight also has some more premium lines. Their Icon line is fantastic. I really enjoy the Icon ratchets that I have, and I've also got some Icon drivers for things like Torx that I have to use when I'm working on my truck. Gear Wrench is a mid-range tool, I would say. You can get these sets, pretty large mechanics tool sets for a fair price, several $100s. And they're high quality tools. The sockets are nice and thick. I really like the feel of the ratchet, and well, I'm just pretty happy with them as a product. It's what we use here in the shop. Then there's the Milwaukee set. This set, in this case, is in a pack-out container that you can get them in different containers. And this is what I use for my personal set and when I'm mobile. Now, this set is expensive. It has a few features that I think make it worth it, but you have to remember, I make my living with tools every day. So for me, investing in high-quality tools that are going to last a long time and have the little features that I like, it's worth it. I really like the ratchets. They're a high quality fine tooth ratchet. The sockets are thick, but they're not too thick. They can fit around a lot of fasteners. But the sides of the sockets are flat and they're engraved in nice big font with the size. The reason that's important is I can set the socket down and it doesn't roll off the table like so many other sockets do because they're just round cylinders. It's a little thing, but again, if you use this every day for hours a day, it makes a huge difference. That readability also makes a difference as well. I like the pack out case. These click together. It's part of a whole system, and it's what I carry all of my tools in my mobile setup. You can, of course, go even higher priced, things like Snap-on or Mac, the big tool truck names. I personally haven't found them to be worth it. I'm also, though I do use my tools to make a living, I'm not working somewhere like a car shop where the tools really get beat on hard. We're a precision instrument company. We do machining, we do fine work. So most of the time, my tools have a pretty easy life. But again, you can spend whatever you like. As long as you have some tools, you'll be in good shape. But I would try to guide you more towards something, at least in the gear wrench range of quality. Expect to spend several $100s on a set, but they'll be nice to use and they'll last a long time. Now you're ready to tackle about any project with your ratchet and socket skills. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe and check out our other lab lessons. Also, if you need custom gear for your laboratory or classroom, go to our website or drop us a line.